Hey my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a Olive Garden mukbang and I got all my food right here. I got the chicken Alfredo. Look how cheesy that is, like. And then I got their mozzarella bites. I think that's what they're called. And I did not know the salad was gonna be this big, but I got the salad and the breadsticks, of course. These are my two favorite things, the salad and the breadsticks. So let's just dig in because I'm starving. The dressing is so good. Guys, I'm sorry if you hear a lot of noise outside. A lot of shit went down last night in my apartment. Somebody's car had all of their tires slashed and they ripped off their like mirror, the car mirrors on each side, and then they stole their license plates. So a lot of shit goes down where I live and I cannot wait till my fucking lease is up. Like, no joke, no fucking joke. Oh, I wanted to shake it up but I can't. Oh well. All right, so let me do a quick thumbnail. Let's try the noodles. I haven't had Olive Garden in years. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like nice and steamy. But yeah, I never really used to eat Olive Garden like that. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so I also want to try they gave me, I thought this was gonna be ranch, but it's Alfredo sauce and then marinara. I don't really like dipping in marinara, but let's just try it out. It's all right. I just don't really like marinara. So how are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are staying safe and enjoying the summertime wherever you are. But yeah, I wanted to tell a story time in this mukbang because I feel like, I don't know, I have a lot of crazy shit that goes on in my life. I feel like it's just interesting and you guys can just learn from my mistakes or even laugh at my mistakes, you know. Whatever you want to do, it's your choice. Sorry guys, my camera literally keeps falling down. Today's mukbang story time, I'm gonna be talking about how I was the side chick and how the girlfriend walked in on us and she was trying to fight and the police came and all of that crazy stuff. And let's just get right into it. I'm gonna try the salad first because their salads are fire. So this story time happened, I'd say like 3 years ago. I had met this guy on Tinder. And if you guys know anything about Tinder, it's a dating app. And I strongly do not condone Tinder or any dating app. The men on Tinder and these dating apps are like a whole different breed. They're just like, ugh, I can't even. They're all either just players or have like a secret hidden life, or they're just toxic. This is not good. I don't recommend it. Don't go on it. Don't use Tinder. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We ended up matching on Tinder, and I found out that he lived in my home state. And if you guys don't know by now, I go to school, well, I graduated from college out of state, but I didn't really mind that because I would travel to my home state every single month, obviously, to see my family and stuff like that. So we started talking and, FaceTiming each other a lot, talking a lot, whatever. And then one day he told me that I should come down to his university to go to a party with him. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. Like, I'll invite some friends, whatever, and we can all go out. And we weren't actually gonna go out at his university because where he went to school was kind of small, but he was near like the Big Ten, big football schools, stuff like that, where they had really poppin' bars and parties and stuff like that. So, and the way that he was talking, he was hyping it up to seem like it was gonna be something that I couldn't miss out on. So, I was getting excited. I was telling my friends, and they got excited too. So we had planned to meet up, okay? So then the weekend came where I was supposed to drive to go meet up with him. My friends were gonna drive up to his university as well, and we were all just gonna meet up there because my friends also lived in my home state, and they went to school like 30 minutes away from where he lived. So in my head, everything was gonna work out perfectly. I drive up to his university, I meet my friends there. I didn't even realize I didn't give this guy a name. Let's call him... I don't even know what to call him. What do I call him? Let's call him Green, because that was his school colors. So I drive to Green's school, which was like a 4-hour drive, and I finally arrived to his apartment on campus, and my friends were there as well. As soon as we got to this place, we all started drinking, smoking, getting lit. It was like a really good vibe. Everybody was just chilling, listening to music, getting turned. He was also really nice to me and my friends, so everything was going good at first. But remember when I told you guys he was inviting us to go out to a party? This party that he was hyping up to be an amazing night. You guys can't even see my food. We kept drinking and smoking at his apartment, and then finally the girl that my friend brought along with her, asked Green. She asked Green when we're gonna go to the party. We arrived pretty late and we were drinking for a while, like an hour. And then he starts stalling and acting weird. We need to give my friend and her friend a name. So my friend is gonna be Stacy, and then her friend is gonna be Miranda. So Miranda was the girl that my friend brought with her that was asking Green when we're gonna leave. So he was stalling, but then he asked us if we were 21 or if we at least had IDs, if you know what I mean by that. But me and Miranda, the friend that my friend brought, we had IDs, and Stacy, she didn't. She was not 21. She didn't have an ID. So Green is like, oh, like, well, I don't know now, like, I don't know how it's gonna work, blah blah blah. And the girl that my friend brought, Miranda, she kind of got upset and was like, what do you mean, like, I thought you said this was gonna be a super lit party and that blah 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 blah, like, we need to find a way to get in, blah blah blah. Like, she was getting really upset. And I started chiming in too, because I drove 4 hours, my friends drove 30 minutes. Like, we all put in some kind of effort to come here. So he kept stalling. He kept saying, I gotta call some people and see like what I can do, whatever. While he was calling people and doing stuff like that, we were sitting there drunk, annoyed, and being drunk and annoyed is just like not a good combo. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. Me at the time, I was really feeling this guy. Like, I was having good conversation with him and I thought he was cute, you know, at the time. Like, obviously, but yeah, at the time I thought he was really cute and we were getting along really good. So although I was annoyed that we weren't going anywhere, I kind of didn't mind staying there, you know. But obviously my friends are like the third wheels, whatever. So my friends are getting more and more irritated, and eventually Miranda and Stacey are like, you know what, me and Stacey are gonna go. We're gonna go find something to do. My dumbass told them that I was just gonna stay there and chill with him. Biggest mistake I could have made that night. At this point, Green and I went to his room, and you know, I guess we started watching TV or something, but we were still smoking together. And then all of a sudden I hear do 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 at the front door. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? The music was really loud, so I don't think Green heard it, but I did. And then I hear the knock again, but this time it's even louder and harder. I see Green's roommate go to the door and look through the people, and then his roommate comes into the room and grabs Green, and they both go to the front door, and I'm still in the room just wondering like what the fuck is going on, you know. He shut off the music and he started shutting off all the lights. So instantly I'm thinking like, it's the fucking police. We're just sitting in the dark. I'm like whispering to him like, what's going on, like, is everything okay? And he tells me it's the police, right? So I'm panicking. Bitch, some shit is about to go down. He tells me to go in the closet. This was just making me more and more scared. Like, and Green and his roommate are still at the front door, you know, I guess like trying to make sure if the coast is clear. but somebody's still banging on the door. Finally, they open up the door and I hear a woman screaming like,
"Why the fuck did you not answer the phone? Blah blah blah. What are you doing? I've been banging on the door for an hour."
and I hear this from all the way in the closet, and I'm just like,
So I am confusion.
no, this man does not have a girlfriend. Like, guys, I kid you not, I did everything that I could to make sure he didn't have a girlfriend. Like, I checked his pages, I checked everything, I asked around, blah blah blah. And some people are really just that sneaky. So obviously this girl was his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, something that I didn't want to be a part of. I take my petty ass outside of the closet and I walk out into the hallway, and they were still going at it, but she turns and looks at me, and at the top of her lungs she starts screaming,
"You have a bitch in here."
instantly I see her start charging at me. And green, he's like he's big, okay? He's way bigger than her, and he's able to hold her back. But as he's holding her back, she starts hurling insults at me, calling me fat, calling me ugly, saying how she's gonna beat me up, blah blah blah. And in my head, when I was in the closet and I heard her voice, obviously my first instinct is to be on her side, because no girl wants to walk in and see their man with another woman. Obviously not, because it's happened to me before. If somebody's cheating on you, it's always the cheater's fault, not the other person in most cases, you know? So I was just so confused at the fact that she was talking shit in my face. Like, I don't even know you. I wasn't trying to be malicious. I don't know this man. She's still trying to fight with me, and he's holding her back, but she's like, okay, just let me go, let me go. And as soon as he lets her go, she starts trying to run over to me. And this was like a constant cycle for like about 20 minutes. So she kept trying to fight me and attack me and whatever. But finally I say something to the girl, and I'm like, listen, I don't know who you are. I barely even know who this guy is, but I had no intentions of destroying your relationship. And she was not having it. She just kept screaming at me and saying that I'm a dumb bitch and I'm all this. Like, she just kept saying really nasty things. And I kind of get it, like, you love somebody and you just don't want to believe that they're like that, but I feel like I would have handled it a lot different if I was in her shoes. So she just kept trying to fight, kept trying to call me names, whatever. Like, he doesn't even post you or even act like he has a girlfriend. So you should be checking your boyfriend, right? So I'm saying all of this, and this is getting her more hyped up. Meanwhile, Green is telling her that she needs to leave, she needs to get out, she needs to go home. And he kept saying to her, we're not together. You hooked up with so and so. This is your fault, blah, blah, blah. Why are you here? All of this stuff. So he was disrespecting her to her face. But she was not budging. Like, she was not leaving. And she kept saying she was not leaving. And Then she started crying.
I know you don't want me. I know you don't. I don't know why you would
So
be
in my head, I'm like, should I leave? Like, what should I do? And then I finally get my stuff and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna leave. And Green is like, no, 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 don't leave. And then his roommate is even saying, like, don't leave, don't, she's crazy. This happens all the time. And I'm just like, this happens all the time? Yeah, I don't know about this. So she's still there, she's still crying. She's begging him to talk to her. And he keeps trying to get her to leave. No joke, this literally went on for hours. Like, she was not trying to leave. And she kept saying, I'm not leaving until I get to talk to her. And I knew she just wanted, I just knew she wanted him to let her come to the room so she could fight me. And I'm not about to fight you over some dude that I don't even fucking know. You know? Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, you're not worth the time or the energy whatsoever. I have no history with him or with you. Like, no. So he wouldn't let her come talk to me. So then she kept saying, okay, well, I'm not leaving until she leaves, blah, blah, blah. And he kept saying, she's not going anywhere. You need to leave or I'm gonna call the police. So she would go from screaming and yelling to crying and trying to talk to him and try to say that she knows that she messed up, but he needs to take her back, blah, blah, blah. And that they can work through this. Whatever you guys had cannot be worked out because obviously if it's this toxic, the relationship is over. He's literally telling you to leave as he has another woman in his apartment. You need to just respect yourself at that point, you know? Eventually, he ends up calling the police on her, and that was literally a shit show. The police came, and her crazy attitude vanished as soon as the police came. Also, I forgot to mention, before the police came, when Green would tell her that he was gonna call the police, she kept saying, okay, I'm gonna tell him that you put your hands on me. So this bitch was literally crazy, like insane. Okay, so the police came, and you know, her whole attitude changed. She started acting like she wasn't hysterical like not even 30 minutes ago. She started acting like she was so innocent. Yeah, he was cheating on me, blah blah blah. And the police was on Green's side. The police even told her that she needed to have more respect for herself. So it's like, you really took a fat ass L with the way you're acting. Like, you thought it was gonna do something, but no. The police officer pretty much told her that he was gonna escort her out of the building into her car. And as he's escorting her, she's talking to Green and saying, you really called the police on me. Now I know you really don't love me. And then she finally leaves. So she finally leaves, and I know you guys are probably thinking, like, why didn't you leave? Like, why didn't you just get your stuff and go home? One, I was already drunk, and I was not trying to drive 4 hours back home. And I also kind of felt bad for Green because it just kind of seemed like a really messed up situation that he was in. So I ended up talking to him, and he pretty much just told me about the relationship and how it was super toxic and how she cheated on him. And in my head, I'm just like, okay, I'm listening to him. But I also knew that when I would wake up the next morning, I was just gonna leave and go home because this was a lot of baggage that I really just did not need, first of all. And then second of all, he lives 4 hours away from me. So this baggage plus long distance was just not it for me. So the next day I woke up, drove home, and never talked to him again after that. The crazy thing is, they actually got back together. I know. Are you surprised? I wasn't. But yeah, they got back together, and I still had him at it, like on Snapchat and Instagram. And they were back together, you know, posting pictures, acting like nothing happened. And then eventually they had another crazy toxic breakup where he was exposing her and saying that she was crazy and that she was knocking on his door for hours and took his phone and wiped out all of his pictures and stuff like that with his family members. And then that was that. Like that was the end of their relationship. But yeah, never ever talked to him after that. And yeah, that was the time that I found out I was a side chick. If you guys enjoyed this story time / mukbang, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. Something that I learned from that is to never ever drive the distance to somebody who I don't even know. You know, like that should have just been my first. That should have just been like a clear sign of me, like, to not ever do that. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video.